I need to do. Streaming started. It says that.
Yeah, we're good. All right, let's go. I'm gonna record it so you have it. Hey, what's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? Uh, I'm here with somebody special today, and we kind of wanted to give this back. Anna George, I'm so glad to be going live with you and doing some work together, man. I mean, you're always lighting up rooms everywhere you go, and I love your energy, man. Always have.
Yeah, I love to be here, Joe. I love to be here with you. It's so good. That's so good. So
They say
good.
energy attracts like energy, right? I'm a big believer in that. So,
I do believe as well. I do believe as
yeah,
well. Yes. Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Everybody who's joining on, man, drop your name and where you're from in the chat. Show some love. Today, we kind of wanted to we wanted to dive into managing time and why it's so important. And man, I mean, I remember when I didn't even know how to manage time and the importance behind it, and trying to just take on everything at once and thinking that I could do this, I could do that, and
Yes.
realizing that, thinking at that time in my younger age that I could do anything. I'm Superman. I could go here, I could go there. And man, it's just draining energy when you try to do it like that without actually time blocking and being aware of how important managing your time is, and what a difference it makes. And it's made in my life, to be able to manage that time and put time aside, for my family, my loved ones, whether, it's children, your, your partner, um, but also taking that time out and blocking that time off and having that managed time for myself was such a big aha moment for me, because I've always been business driven, and putting the time in for the business, working till late hours of the night. But man, what a difference it makes when you start taking that time out for yourself,
Yes.
and being able to manage and block off time to do certain things so that you could have more freedom in your life.
Yes.
And it's really been a game changer for me. What about you, Anna? How's that been as far as managing time, and
Yes.
what
Yeah.
do you do with that?
All right. So managing time, I don't believe actually the time management. So let's recap here. So time management for me, and having a 18-year corporate background, right? So, and there was, since I was a junior in this corporate world, there was always about this training, like the early 20s, like even when I was an individual contributor, about time management. How am I going to time manage? And then I was starting to manage projects, right? So, and then time management was always the thing. And then there is these tips in terms of to be more productive or to do more. And then I think that stays there, right? So in terms of how we manage our lives. And then when we think about like how can I do more for less? And then there's so much, like in terms of technology, in terms of resources for us to do more in shorter time and do it better. And but the thing is, for me, is to switch off time management of how you manage your life. And I
Mm,
think with your experience as well is how, in terms of how you drain your energy when you want to do everything. And I say everything, yes, 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 yes. I want to, like you want to do this powerhouse in the world, and the way to do it is to work, 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 and anything else that you have. But if you stop and think how you want to live your life, the relationship with your time, it starts to have like, what does it look like? And then when you say like regarding how having like a time block or having like me time, I call me time, right? Time to yourself. So when we are on this journey, like on this mentality of yes, 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 I do it, I do it, I do it more. And now I have to do it more efficient. Now you don't have time. You think more. You think having me time is a waste of time because you don't consider that as a productivity. You are not doing the job. You're not doing to get the things done. So having that in mind, that actually time management is beyond of the tips and the tricks and all the things, the routines you can have, because they are all important. You can use on their favor, but before that, how you want to manage your life and have that insight first. What's the life I want to live? What are my priorities? What are the things I want to do? And actually then go, okay, what are the results I want to have in my life? What are the results of the job I want to do? What are the results of the things I have in my day, in my calendar? And then when you go there, yes, so I am saying yes too much. I am I am pushing myself too much on these actually the results out of this task that takes 3 hours or 4 hours or traveling for this and this and this. I could do actually an email or a call. And then you start to reflect because your mind goes to the results rather than on do. And then because the do, there's another thing because you normally receive feedback, input from the outside, external, right? So and then you're like, I'm doing good. I'm just doing this. Looks like I'm so busy, but the fact, what are your results? How you want to manage your life? And I love to have this perspective to think through about there is no time management. I prefer to call there is how you manage your life. I don't know, Joe. How you think about this shift in terms of time management versus life management? Look at this life management. How
I I hear you because I'm a big believer in life management. Also, I think that people get caught up in,
yeah,
I'm busy, I'm busy. Yeah, but are you productively busy?
yeah,
How are you managing your life? Are
yeah,
you saying, like you mentioned, saying yes to everything? That shit could be draining.
yeah,
When you're sitting there and you're saying yes to everything and you're not putting your core values first. Are you making sure that what you're saying yes to is aligned with who you are, right? And
yes.
aligned with your mission is? Because if you're saying yes just to say yes, then how are you really managing that time? Is it something that you're doing to be productive?
Yes.
Is it gonna move the needle forward in your life, or is
Yes.
it to people please someone else,
Oh
or
my
is
God,
it
I
to
love
just say
that.
yes to say yes?
Yes.
And being aware of that is an absolute game changer.
Yeah.
Because we can't say yes to everything. It becomes draining.
Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely. Absolutely. And there's like this when you think about what you want from your life, right? The life management. And so often, and I think perhaps you relate, like at least in the past, and for me it was like that as well. I used to say my first value, the most important thing in my life is my family, right? And then if I was going to look at my calendar, look at these value family, something very emotional, something very internal, right? So, and then if I'm going to look to my calendar, how I was managing my life, right? On the tasks, on the time I was putting my efforts, it was so little regarding to my family because I had a busy schedule, because I had a corporate. I was traveling all like 70% I was traveling around the world. So, and is that like give me the result I want? And all the things about that, I don't regret that time, but the things about that is I was not able to say no to my boss, to say no to the project teams. I was like always the one, okay, yes, come with me. Yes, I travel there. Yes, I go there. Right. So I was always on the road, not putting the like articulate my priorities. All right, that's one. And then the other one is actually it was an honor of batch. I don't know, like I remember listening on the end year reviews, right? So in that time, end year reviews, I remember listening a good feedback. That's why I call like an honor of batch, that you are always available. You are always a person that we can count on. Look, this is good to hear from. But the reason I was listening to that is because I was always saying yes. I was always on the road. I was always the one that the body that you can count on, and to do the thing, and to go to talk, and to go to that meeting, and to visit another office, whatever, right? So, but the thing is, I was not putting myself first. And then when I was drained when I was arriving home. So the thing that actually was more important to me, which was my family, then I didn't have energy for them because I was tiring. Like I was tired, right? So I was not actually nurture the time for myself when I was with my family. There was no quality time. I was tired. And here it seems like my values family and how I was managing my time my life, I would prefer to say that it was not matching. So I think there is always this part of connecting what you value the most, and also there's seasons of life, right? That's fine. And season of life, sometimes there's a priority in terms of the job, but always be very constant and aware what are you putting in efforts, what are you giving the time. And I think you mentioned this in the beginning, and that's like when it's the external, the people pleasing, where I feel that I actually have the honor of batch, because I'm always very busy. I'm always the person that everybody in this big organization connects to fix the problems and kind of like to have the availability to do whatever to make the things forward. But the
Mm.
fact that I didn't use my boundaries and I didn't have the power to say no, at the end, actually the project ends, and I didn't get more than what the others who are not available, got. Do you know what I mean? And then what happened? I felt resentful. So is this the results I want? Right? Working on these like always on the hamster wheel, doing, and then at the end, because then the bonus or the comparison comes, the comparison here again for the results, it was like the same. It was the same. Like, why did I do this? I didn't have the recognition I was expecting, and the recognition was external. See, and when we expect everything comes from the external to validate ourselves, is when we are on this trap. All right. So, and then was I happy? No, I was not. I was not, because I was not living the life that was aligned with my values. And I loved my job. All right. So actually was I loved my job. But to have only the job, and it was the thing that I was running my life through the job, it was not the way that made me happy as I was expecting, as I wanted to, as the result I wanted to my life. And that was the moment that had to change. Yeah.
Yeah,
You have something like that in your life that it was a aha moment, like, oh my God, and now what?
yeah. I mean, listen, the power of saying no, right, and realizing how powerful it is, and what a game changer it can be in your world is a blessing to really to understand and realize. Because
Yeah.
I came from the world of Wall Street. You came from the corporate world as well, and man, it's always on the hustle and bustle, always out there and trying to please everyone. Not realizing that saying yes to everything is absolutely draining. Whether it's saying yes to going to a meeting, to go meet up with this person, to do something for somebody else, and being that we're people of service, right? For me at least, I always thought saying yes to everything was being of service to someone and helping other people, because that's just who I am. But
Yes. Yeah.
man, is that not the way to live? Because I forgot to realize, how about helping myself? And it got me caught up on
Yeah.
my downturn, where I turned to drugs and alcohol, and that was my breakaway, that was my gateway, and it got
Yeah.
completely out of control. And
Yeah.
and not until I was able to achieve sobriety and realize to start helping myself, and then start to realize how I got to put myself first, because in order to be selfless, I got to be selfish first, and I
Yes.
got to put that
Yes.
time out for myself.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
can't just say yes to everyone else and keep saying no to myself,
Yeah.
to me time, to being able
Yeah.
to self to your place, and being able to
Yes.
really understand what this life management is really all about, and
Absolutely.
how it's okay to say no sometimes.
Absolutely. Yeah, saying no is a skill. All right, because the power of saying no means that you have the power and to face the fear of being judged. Because if you say no, another person doesn't like. So you are okay to face the fear of being judged. You are okay. You are okay to face the conflict, which is another skill that leaders have to have, because you can't agree with everything, right? So, and it's not a pleasant thing, right? So, not avoiding the conflict. And the other one is, you you have the power to stay by yourself and not be liked, which is also something that we don't like it. We always like to be liked, and we think being liked by others is the way for us to feel fitting in and fitting good. The question is, are the ones that you want to be like the right ones, the ones to support the life you want? Do you see the difference? And we don't. ask this question enough. It's always about like the environment I'm in, and could be the job, the corporate, the hustle and bustle thing that you are doing, and you to fit in and to get this feedback. Like I had, oh my God, you are great. You are always available. You are the one who can count on. Those are good things to hear. But the environment about what I was listing, well, it was not the environment I want for my life. It was not providing the life I wanted, right? So like it's about standing out on that type of environment and facing the conflict of saying no, I can't travel to that one because I have actually the birthday of my kid, and that happened. I quite almost missed the birthday of my kid on a weekend because I was in the middle of Poland, and it was his third birthday. Like, can you believe it? So, and that's not about like I can't be here, I need to be there. Those are the reasons, those are the resources, this is how can I help, and contract upfront what you need, right? And have this concept that you are replaceable, your resources are replaceable, and have the power to have this peripheric vision where you can see what resources you can have to provide for the environment, for the work you're doing. And the normal thing that it's only us. If it's not us, we can do it. If it's not us doing, nobody can do it. We have this thing, that mindset. So we need to let it go. So I think to see what we're talking about people pleasing. We're talking about the power of saying no. We're talking about letting go, which is another skill that we have. So there's so many skills regarding to time management that actually is not about productivity acts and tips to do more in a shorter term. So do you see how it goes? So it's much more like beyond what is really about time management. It's really the way we think and we feel and the way we actually manage our life.
Yeah,
Isn't that so?
absolutely, absolutely, man. And you mentioned that letting go piece, how important it is to let go of
Yeah,
the things that don't serve you, so that you
yeah,
can make more time for the things that do serve you.
yeah,
And being able to time block so that you have time for the things that do serve you, so that you are able to do, because you can't unlock your fullest potential if you're doing things that don't serve you. You're never going to be able to really unlock that piece of
yeah,
fulfillment when you're holding on to other things that don't serve you, and you're not letting go of them because you're worried about people pleasing. You're worried
yeah.
about, not having enough time. And guess what, man? You got the same amount of time that Warren Buffett has. That guy runs like 12 different businesses. You know what I mean? We all have that same 24 hours. It's what we
Absolutely.
make of that 24 hours. How do we put it together so that we could be able to really live to our fullest potential? And,
Yeah,
and I think
yeah,
that people, if you're more aware and conscious of the fact that, you're allowed to let go of the things that don't serve you. You're allowed to
absolutely,
welcome in the things that are aligned with who you are, to bring you to unlock your fullest potential. It's so
absolutely.
vital to be able to,
Yeah.
to let go and allow that time, man. Anna, this has been great to be able to
Yeah, but chill. Tell me, talk a lot about like me time, and you have to have me time. Tell me more about your me time. What me time looks like for you?
me time is little things like the gym. The
Yes.
gym is
Okay. Okay.
huge me time. Prayer and meditation
Oh,
is me
play
time.
okay. Good.
Uh, you
Yeah.
know, taking time. I take myself out to dinner like once or twice a week by myself and just sit.
Really? I didn't know that. Oh gosh, so good.
Absolutely. I get that time to be able to sit and collect my thoughts and not
Uh-huh.
have to worry about, being with us in that moment. It's about me in that moment. That hour of dinner and
Okay.
lunch, whatever it is Joe time. And that's where I get to
I
sit with
love that.
myself.
That's new for me. I never heard about like I take myself on going to be out, right, and have dinner out like by myself. You said twice a week. I love it. I love it.
It's so important to take that time for yourself
I love it. I've never heard like you
and
have a date with yourself,
disconnect
right?
from
Is what you
everything.
do.
Charge. Say that again.
You said like you have a date with yourself twice a week, right? So
Yeah,
you go
yeah.
out, you eat a good food, and you put your socks together. It's a date with yourself. I love that.
Absolutely, absolutely. What
You
about
can
you?
like
What's your me time look like?
so okay for me. It's a morning. I have my morning. So my morning is kind of like a sacred time, sacred, because it's I wake up before everybody else. So I wake up early. So I do the order. It will be like this: so workout, and then I meditate. Just after workout, I journal, and then I take a shower. I take a long shower. Well, I consider this as my me time as well. So this is the order. Actually, now I am testing something different. I'm not sure if it's a me time, but I call learning time, which is before this. I'm trying to even getting earlier. Um, so I am in testing phase. Okay, but now what it works is workout, meditate, journal, and then a shower. A shower, and the shower is like I kind of 15 minutes, 15 minutes there. So it's kind of a me time, right?
Right, right.
And then I do walks as well, and I do walks on purpose. It's not you do walks, and I it's to reflect, right? So I love to go outside. Normally, workout. The best me time I got is not actually the gym. For me, is running. I love running. I do like a 6 mile, 5 mile, and that's kind of like that hour, like running and getting like the fresh air because it's early in the morning. Is really, really kind of where my ideas. Seriously, I trust. It's funny. Like Joe, I trust that I'm going to run and I will figure it out. So imagine that I am having something to decide. I'm
Yeah.
having something that to, or even like to create, right? A new course or a new article or a new speech, something, right? Something new that to create. And I know that time of running will give me that. And
Mm.
it truly gives. I don't know if because I'm thinking I will get it or it's actually the running. I think it's known, right, as well. The running and the fresh air, the nature gives you that. So that is my sacred time. Then, like I don't have, I love the idea of having a date with yourself. I love that. I don't have that, but I will consider at least once, twice per month. We need to start, right? So because I think it's actually interesting, I do that on Fridays, but it's a lunch. But I didn't consider as a date lunch. Could be something like that. I love the idea, so I'm kind of like
Yeah.
stealing from you. But I do that when I go by myself, when I'm in the city on Fridays. It's not every Friday that I do that, but take having lunch and go for a walk during the like during the lunchtime in the city. I do that, and sometimes like in the because I'm in the area of Nomad, like this Broadway between
Yeah.
29. So there's like places to sit down, like chairs, like the on the road because it's closed. And I like to sit there and just like look around. I say that I'm looking to the people running around, like I'm just there.
Yeah.
But I think what is this is because it's kind of put my thoughts together, right? So actually, I enjoy that. But now you said like I'm still like late with yourself. I like that, Joe. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that me time is vital, man. It's vital for, and you mentioned something about like learning, and absolutely that's me time. You
Yes,
know,
we do
uh,
need time.
when
Yes,
you're,
I
yeah,
do.
you're feeding your brain and you're
In your
growing.
brain time.
There's,
Yeah,
I don't think there's any better me time than that. That's where
yeah.
it's at. So,
Yes, but I want that me time to fit in and to be really. So I
but
want to
man,
have an
Anna,
hour.
this has been awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely. This has been awesome, though, man. We gotta do it a little more often.
Yes, of course, and
Right.
it's so good. I think since the first time I saw you at the NSA, right? So the
Yeah,
National Speakers Association. It was so good to connect with you, and it was amazing because I saw you on stage doing that speech. It was outstanding. So it was good.
yeah.
It was good. Yes, we need to do this more often. And I love
Let's
your
do it.
content and how you inspire people. So absolutely, yes, I
Absolutely.
love it.
Let's do
Yes,
it. Love it. Love it. Man, and for everybody who's watching, man, don't forget to take that me time out and realize that you control your life management. Your time doesn't control it. You control that. You control your own destiny. Don't let time fool you, and it's all a big illusion. You control that, and you have enough time to do what you got to do to unlock your fullest potential.
yes. Thank you so much for having me, Joe. Thank you. Thank you. This is
Come
awesome.
on,
This
man.
is awesome.
Definitely was awesome. All right, everyone. Stay productive, stay profitable, and stay blessed.